It is Karmine Corp and Moist Esports best of 7 to see who is going to go to the full cup finals.
And yet again, here we are, the battle of the blue. Karmine Corp versus Moist Esports winner through to the grand finals of the Fall Cup. Welcome back, folks. I'm Wavepunk, joined by Dazrin, and these teams looked strong yesterday, Dazrin. I'm excited to see what they bring on Sunday.
That's right, Wavepunk. First matchup here on Championship Sunday. This is how you start game day with a classic matchup. KC and Moist going head-to-head to see which one, honestly, yeah, sure, which one goes to the final, but which one's just better than the other?
Yeah, they said it 3 times on the desk. We don't need to say it again. We all see it as a rivalry. We care who's better between these teams, even if the players are going to pretend like they don't. And of course they do. Here comes Rise up on the wall. Moist Esports in the orange for this one. Between the two blue teams, one of them has to be orange. And Moist drew the short stick on this one. Joyo up for it. Pops it high in his box, and then kind of follows back to it. Now Rise in the midfield. He's got Astral upfield. Just takes the shot straight downtown, and Vatira will jump forward. Itachi dodges the demo, makes a touch out to Exotic. Now Exotic down off the ground. Astral's up, puts it back onto the midfield line, and the team's been pretty even so far, both with one trip to the other team's box so far, but no goals to show for it.
Yeah, no goals. There's just a little bit of contention here in the midfield. Both teams know that each other are extremely capable of taking that ball, putting it on top of their car, and doing fantastic things with it. So now it's just about limiting those opportunities as much as possible, while also trying to play around the other's defense here. As, again, midfield possession control, even looking at those boost meters, going to be very important. Keep your eyes all over the field during this series.
Vatira drops it to Astral. He was trying to get it out to his teammate, but it falls on Astral's hood. Now Astral back down the field on a counterattack. Exotic will make one stop. Vatira in front of the box. There's Joyo to Itachi.
Oh.
Itachi makes the stop. We'll see Karmine Corp look strong on the goal line. And more so, really, I mean, it felt like the shots there from Moist could have been a little bit better. This felt like they left one on the pitch. There's a double tap from Rise. Going to go just straight back onto the backboard. Itachi puts it into a corner here. Now out to Vatira. Joyo in front of him just pops it to the back line. The Rise will pick up control for Moist's back third.
Yeah, really enjoyed seeing, some of these drives. This Rise almost tried to force that through. Itachi getting that save out. Keep eyes on Itachi. He had a really good day yesterday. Again, going into that day, was on one of Cole's players to watch, and he definitely put on the show. Seeing Itachi kind of get into his own form has been really nice. And defensively, he's been doing pretty good here for Karmine Corp this game. He's got 2 of the 3 saves so far. But K-Corp have been on the defensive end. Moist have had the control of possession for the first half of this game.
Astral to the goal. Exotic will put it away. As Moist continues their siege here, a bump on the transition will give them control right again. Here comes Rise looking for a double tap, covered up on the top corner by Vatira. Now Joyo being pressured by Itachi, takes it to the sky. He used basically all of his boost just to get the ball across midfield. Astral now, a little bit more space, but Itachi's still there. 2-1 challenges in a row, and then Itachi's gonna bump the third man off the ball, playing frontline defense all by himself. Vatira demolished in net. Astral with a bit of space. Can he get it back over to Rise? Puts it across the box. Rise is there, but Itachi had it covered up. Neither player actually makes contact.
Here's Vatira. No boost on this play, so just trying to get it into midfield. Astral up really early for this. Does have the flip, trying to get that 50 on Itachi, who really has that patience out in front of his own box. Gets that clear out. Moist still on that offensive push, but they cannot find a really good shot opportunity. I'm saying that, and they have 8 shots, but it just doesn't feel like Karmine Corp have been too threatened so far in this first game. Moist have to be able to break down this defense more and put on some tougher shots.
They haven't been able to get through it all, but they have had so many opportunities. There's Joyo on the outside. Exotic now up against Astral. Places it top corner, double coverage. And Astral will emerge with control after the double commit. Now Vatira picking up control after a neutral 50-50 onto the backboard, looking for a tap, puts it across, it hits the crossbar and down. It's gonna need some more help. Itachi puts it on target, but Astral clears it away. Rise now to the sky. He'll put it over the top of Vatira. Now Astral to take control, or try to at least. He made a good touch, but it was immediately off his own hood and back into Karmine Corp territory.
Yeah, that was probably the most space we've seen Astro really have so far this game. And if he can't get set up or comfortable on those pushes, it gets so dangerous. Off the post and off Astro. And K-Corp will get a goal off of Moist just being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Not positioning for success here. I'm quite confident Astral said that's in and just stopped making inputs there. He was in no way prepared for that bounce to come back to him like that. And we'll see an own goal here for goal number 1. Karmine Corp now in the lead. Moist Esports struggling to get through the defense. It's now gotten even harder. Now trailing.
And after that call out with the 8 shots for Moist, K-Corp went from 3 to 6. And that little bit of pressure from K-Corp. And Moist defense started to break down. Now they have to force the issue, and Rise will rise to the occasion. Tied up ball game.
He's ascending, folks. Full air dribble from his own half. Just picks it up off the ground. Exotic barely not able to get there. And just like that, a tie game. I think you make a great point. It only took 3 shots of pressure for them to change up this story and take the lead. Oh, is this in? This is wide. It's going to need some help. Covered up. This time Astral will get it away. Final 10. Can Karmine Corp find it in a regulation? Do we go to overtime in game number 1? The drop. Rise. Puts it back to himself here. Off the backboard. Joyo looking for it and cleared away. Astral might be able to. No, he'll let it touch. Overtime in game number 1.
Game 1 OT. And way to really surge late for Moist, as in typical Moist fashion as well. But now they have to be able to close out this game. Exotic almost trying to do so, and Rise will be able to stop him there. Still, Karmine Corp pressure. How can the defense of Moist hold on?
I mean, here comes Exotic again. High. Vatira on the side. Looking for a back pass, just struggling to get his car behind the ball and pushing it in the right direction. You can see Moist just on the ground, just lurking, waiting for it to drop to him. They knew it would. Now here they are up on offense. Astral onto the backboard. Rise here, covered up by Itachi again. Itachi is just so perfect. He's constantly in the way. The midfield pressure has been incredible. As Astral over the top of 1, bumped off the ball, and there's Itachi again. Reading the play, waiting for it, and then dunking the midfield aerial challenge, winning the corner challenge as well. Pass Astral, Itachi wins it all, and Exotic just dumps it into the net for the win.
Itachi pass 1, dunks 2, 3, see ya. Exotic gets a free lane off of Itachi, just playing past the entire Moist team. One away for Karmine Corp to come back and seal game 1.
Itachi was the story yesterday, and he'll continue to be the story here. His team scored 2 goals. Exotic scored both of them, but Itachi earns the MVP in game, rightfully so here. A savior medal, and really the 1 challenges in the midfield, and then that final drive, the difference maker here that gave Karmine Corp the win. Well done, Karmine Corp, up 1-0 in the series.
The way this looks, I mean, even like Moist with that strong start, they know how to hold the ball, and they know how to, I'd say, just move around the field, dictate the pace, get some control. It didn't seem like they had too much aerial freedom there. And K-Corp, again, it's very solid on the defensive end. Itachi especially, even though Exotic is the one who scored those 2 goals and put on 5 shots, Itachi really felt like kind of the overall facilitator in there for K-Corp. Vatira's Vatira, so there's not much to say there. Again, really great on that back end and really good at kind of controlling the midfield, but wasn't too much threatening in the offensive front. So I kind of like what K-Corp were doing, just kind of pulling Moist out, still not making them as comfortable enough to go for their own individual plays, besides the one we saw score from Rise to equalize. I think limiting those opportunities is a very big deal. But Moist, they can make these adjustments. Let's see if they can break out and start to get some more freedom here in game 2.
I think it's such an... Oh, is this going in? Off the goal. It's almost nearly got it off the kickoff here. And Moist will continue the pressure here. Obviously, Vatira leaves. Astral comes in to fill monstrous shoes here. Astral has enormous feet himself, but just saying, it's Vatira on what was a glacier of a team. The coldest team in Rocket League. They didn't lose overtimes. They didn't lose game 7s. And you got to wonder, are they going to be able to keep up that same level of clutchness with Astral there in an overtime? We see the team Vatira joined, able to knock off the team he used to never lose in that situation with. We'll continue to watch as the story develops. Joyo here now to the sky. Over one. Now Itachi out of the corner, gonna connect with Exotic here. And Rise can't get it through Exotic, who follows up his own touch for a block. Now Itachi just put it into the box. Rise has to put it onto his own backboard, and Joyo doesn't make contact here. He's gonna look for the block on Vatira, but into the corner it goes. Now Astral up against Exotic. Neutral again. Karmine Corp controlling the challenge game.
Ooh, big dunk there from Joyo.
Yeah.
That's going to give him so much more space, and he can really decide what he wants to do. He opts to go off of that back wall, which again, just trying to play that fast-paced thing, see if he can catch Exotic off guard. But Exotic's good at being able to track down the ball, and when he gets on top of it like that, I mean, you see the result of it. Just an instant clear, an instant denial of Moist on the offensive end. They got to try something different if they want to get past him.
Joyo through two. Rise now the third man, advancing on Itachi in the corner. He'll get a demolition, look for another one here. Able to zone Exotic into the back of the goal, but Vatira comes in from the far corner. Gets it through two. Up to net though, and Astral's not going to miss. Moist Esports going to find their first lead.
Oh, smooth, and look at how Astral gets this touch. Just right through the defense. He's like water, and he'll be able to get that goal in. I really love going for that. Just that, again, that soft little doink over. Everyone's expecting kind of a fast play, him to just get a lot of power on the ball. He says he doesn't need that. And that off speed just really throws off the entire K-Corp defense. Very well played, Astral.
It's also the one moment of RNG in Rocket League coming into play, as I believe it was Itachi respawning after the demolition in the corner, spawns into the near corner where the ball is, and double commits with the goalie off of respawn. He just immediately challenges the ball. If he spawns the other corner, he spawns kind of into rotation and is going to be able to use his 30 boost he spawns with, the 33 boost to get across the field, but it doesn't matter on the other end here. Vatira going to tie up the game.
You see a little bit of frustration here from Moist. Joyo, that just simply just wasn't the touch he wanted. Going at a lot of speed towards the ball, and was also a little high into the air. Again, I think he was kind of looking for a touch off the sidewall, maybe into a double, and that little mistouch ends up costing him and his team a goal. K-Corp get back into this game, but without really much effort on their part. It was kind of just given to him.
Just like that, tied back up at one apiece. So we had similar stories here on each side, at least with the scoreline, though how they got there, very different. As Vatira now in the midfield, going to pick up control. Puts it towards the box, and then finds a second touch to break up the drive, but Astral has a read on the breakup. Then we get a shot out of it. Exotic over the top of one, and Rise moving in from the corner. Cleared out to Astral. Tries to go for the slow play. Vatira's got him red. Puts the ball towards the goal off the post. Rise to the far corner now with 1:49 on the clock into the back half of the game too. Moist Esports still looking to bounce back, and look at this situation Astral finds himself in as the ball just falls on his hood. It's going to turn into a goal for him here as Rise is able to pick it up. This is just, this feels very lucky and making the best of an interesting situation.
Yeah, I see where the luck kind of comes in. You know, it's very fortunate too for Moist that, you know, K-Corp kind of went a little bit all in. Now, it wasn't all in, of course, you have one back, but just sitting two up on that play, it just gains so much space. And again, like I said, this is exactly what you don't want to do for a team like Moist, is be able to have them have aerial freedom. And Astral definitely plays that into the 50 and works out because Rise is just so fast to get there, seizes the opportunity. And now Moist just have to hold on for a minute 20. Easier said than done, though.
Very, very much so, especially against a team that has been as strong as K-Corp has in this match so far. This one dropping across the goal. Itachi on the backboard, just waiting for the touch. Joyo will keep it trapped in the back third. And Itachi still managing to get a wheel on it despite the bounces. He has made an impact everywhere he has put himself on the pitch so far. Now Exotic looking for a pitch off the wall. He's got a boost here. He can threaten the play, but just holds on to control long enough for Vatira to come in and close. Now Itachi here with the dribble, blocked by Rise. Out to midfield, Vatira picking up control with boost. He's got it over one to the goal, reset, and Vatira ties it up all by himself.
What? There's no, I did not think he was going to be able to get this second one. Look at this. Gets the flip. Right over Rise's head. Vatira, absolutely amazing goal.
You cannot give that man that much space by himself with a full tank of boost. He will make you pay every time. 33 seconds left, a tie game again. Moist back to the drawing board, still gonna find a way. Get a lead over Vatira and company. Vatira dumps this out to Astral, he's gonna put it back into the corner, he's gonna need some more help. He's running low on boost, but stays behind this one. It will go from corner to corner. Now Rise off the wall, trying to get out to Joyo, but Vatira gets up and in the way. Now Astral picking up control on the wall. 10 seconds left. We had overtime in game number 1. Could see it again here in game 2. Itachi now looking to end it in regulation, but blocked by Joyo at the midfield. Vatira had to deal with Joyo and Rise in front of him. Time has expired. Ball will hit the ground. No, Itachi keeps it up. Looking for one last shot here. Can't get it through Joyo. Follow up, blocked by Rise at the point of contact. Itachi won't make contact this time. Overtime, 2 games in a row.
I like that from K-Corp, though. Still trying one last drive up the field. They won in this game. They feel like they've got a decent semblance of control going on right now, especially after that Vatira goal. It's got to do wonders for them to get back into this. But Moist still being able to deny them up front, and Astro still has something to say about it. That's a big clear, and Joyo will get back in time to deny.
Oh, but a touch up, and Joyo blocked. Or Joyo actually got the demolition on Itachi. That will actually free up some space. I thought Joyo got demolished. There is Vatira now into the back wall. Rise in front of the box. Itachi sends it good. It was on target, but too slow. And honestly, if it had been faster, it wouldn't have been on target. It wouldn't have been able to fall into the crossbar. So they'll keep playing here in overtime. Onto the backboard, Rise. Will pick it up off the bounce. Loft it. Vatira now chasing this. Flip reset again, looking to do the damage once more. Itachi puts it on target. Joyo able to get up in time and make the block. Now Astral out on the counterattack. Exotic falling back with no boost. Astral to the sky, bulldozes it through one, but there's no follow-up ability here as Vatira and Itachi have it too well covered. Rise wanted to close, but then fell back thinking better of that decision.
Yeah, I mean, the fake challenge goes really solid there for Rise. I think like he's just trying to pull out a defender, just trying to get KC to give the ball up, seeing if they can move around it. And Astral, oh, it's a good pinch. Joyo trying to jump up on it. Moist, I mean, they are just hunting over in front of the blue end, but still nothing really too solid here for them. They've got to create their own luck in terms of this one, because that KC defense has just been so set. They aren't giving up anything for free.
Here comes Karmine Corp. Itachi lofted Joyo with some space, a little bit of boost after the flight. Gets the reset maybe. Creates enough of a threat that they have to block it. Now Rise with a lot of space and time. Flip reset onto the backboard, off the crossbar. Itachi and Exotic both miss. Joyo tries to close in, but Exotic gets back up in time. And now coast to coast for the win. No, off the crossbar, just out. We keep going.
What a pitch out from Rise. Moist trying to turn this into a counterattack. So no, it's denied by Vatira. He was looking for the top left corner, but KC says no. Vati says no, and this game continues on.
Oh, the defensive walls. Both sides so strong. Rise now. Up against Exotic. Pinched high. Follow up. Astral and Joyo working together. Itachi on the backboard, able to change the trajectory. Joyo's flight going to be no good. Astral reaching for this one, just barely misses. Exotic now with a lot of space in the corner, but closed up quickly by Rise. Astral falling back. Joyo now to the sky on the rotation. Right to the outside, Astral now. Have to figure out how to work with this awkward bounce. They'll get a great touch out of it, all the way down the field. Karmine Corp with a demoed in their corner. Itachi, an isolated. Vatira isolated. Open net, but blocked by Exotic coming in off the respawn. They did everything, but just slightly too slow. And then the counterattack nearly again goes in. The goal line stop once more, saving Moist.
Joyo got to be a smart touch here. These drives, you see Moist in everything, and then the other end, they have to make tough defensive stops. Rise missed the initial read, but is able to get that follow-up when Exotic goes in for the shot. And Itachi will remove himself from the play. Chance here for Rise, ball on his hood, will flick it away. No boost, will get demoed, so they'll pick up some soon. Boys have to be a little bit careful sometimes on offense. We've seen a couple of times where these long clears have just barely been able to get saved out by Moist. And if they are just a second too late on some of these drives, I mean, this game could have been over.
Instead, we're nearly 4 minutes into overtime. We've gotten a free game of Rocket League between games 1 and 2 now. Astral brings us back down to a clever bounce over the top of one. and then able to kind of neutralize Itachi in the corner here. Get all of Karmine Corp to pile up in their back third. Astral now with a lot of space, takes the shot, blocked by Exotic, but got Vatira to commit on it as well. Itachi, though, emerges with control. They'll sort themselves onto the back line through 2, and now Vatira out to Exotic on the edge, but covered up by Astral, looking for the win. Vatira in the corner will stop the drive, but it goes back in front of the box. Itachi picks it up with the boost, following up, running into Joyo, got him stranded in the sky, and Astral has to cover it up on the goal line again.
And that one, Joyo was really just trying to slow things down. Did a good job of being able to get kind of in front with a little flow. Didn't use too much boost, but can he get a shot from Itachi? No! Itachi calls game!
Rise, the only player with any boost in the tank, misses, and it leaves an opening Itachi takes advantage of. 2 games, 2 overtimes in a row. Karmine Corp comes up with a win both times, and Moist Esports will call a timeout.
That's probably one of the best things to do at this particular moment for Moist. I mean, they had, again, it's similar to game 1 where they're on that offensive push. They can have extended pressure and they can put K-Corp in some really tough spots. But K-Corp, I mean, you saw some of those saves that were out there. I mean, both sides of the field had very incredible saves this game. K-Corp, Vatira stopping that top left corner shot was a big one. And they just rallied back so well. For Moist, they have to, talking things out is very important. These have been close, back-to-back overtimes. This one over 4 minutes.
It's crazy.
You got to wonder, how do you pick apart a team you play against so closely?
Well, okay, speaking of how closely they're playing them here, on the scoreboard, Vatira earns the MVP medal with 633 personal score. That's incredibly low for a game that went 4 minutes of overtime. But the reason it's low is because of the parity across the board. The lowest personal score on the entire scoreboard is Astral with 484. We had 3 players in 600s, 2 in 500 and 1 in 4, and he was only 20 points under 5. It's everybody making a huge impact. The ball spending a great deal of time in the midfield because everybody is playing together so strongly here. It's such an even game from top to bottom.
It really is. And even looking at that Moist scoreboard, you said I think Vatira had 633. Right behind him, I think was Exotic with 623. Literally 10-point difference there.
Really? Yeah, exactly.
Like that's how close together that team was playing. And you see Moist on the other side of things, like you said, playing just as close. Chances also K-Corp could have scored, but Moist would get that defense in the last second. And I mean, the way this one is working, I do expect something different here from Moist coming into this. But I mean, when Vatira's scoring shots like that, what can you do sometimes?
I mean, it's goal of the day so far, but we got 2 more best of 7s to go through, and it might stay goal of the day. That was absolutely incredible stuff. And the way that they were able to take them apart in overtime, I'm still kind of thinking, though, about that Itachi overtime winner from game 1, where he just won 1v1s 3 times in a row. I don't remember the last time I saw Moist get the ball handed to them like that, or just get the game, just lose like that. It was incredible. Oh, they're gonna start with an overtime or a kickoff goal here, though. That's gotta feel good.
Oh yeah. See, kickoff experts loving this one right now.
Why is he going for boost? Stop going for boost. Turn left.
All right, they're gonna spend about a good 10 minutes breaking that one down. Meanwhile, we'll get back into the game. But no, I will say that is a great start though for Moist. Right off the kickoff, everyone goes for kind of like a quick cheat, and it ends up working out in Moist's favor. Good save there by Astral as Vatira tries to equalize here really quickly for K-Corp. Game 3 in favor of Moist though for the start.
Can they hold on to it this time? They've had the lead before. They got tied up, equalized pretty quickly. In game number 2 here is Astral out of his own corner. Through 1, through 2. Now up to Astral with some space up against Vatira. Going for the boost, and that gave Vatira enough room to clear the ball over Astral's head. Now Exotic sends it to the sky. Rise will drop it behind Exotic and then put it straight up against Vatira, who flips to maintain control. He's got Itachi on the wing looking for the pass. The follow-up demolished by Rise. He won't get an opportunity here. Now Exotic trying to pick it up, but runs into Moist. Pass play in front of the box. Wow, as Astral puts it in for goal number 2.
1, 2, 3 from Moist. Rise with the first flick. Joya with the speed. The double's beautiful. And Vatira can't get a read on the play because Astral's bearing down on him. Moist connect. And a second goal for them. 2 in the first minute.
Incredible. Incredible pass play. At no point did Karmine Corp have a foothold in that drive. Tachi now looking for the first goal for the blue wall. Here comes Exotic, and he'll place it well. Rise grounded on the goal line here. Had a little bit of boost, but honestly, how do you deal with a pass play like this one on the other side? Double commit also helped him pave the way.
Yeah, the double commit kind of threw everything off. Everyone saw Vatira coming in, so they're all playing that. Vatira misses, and it sets up just enough time for Exotic, who is in the right place to get that free shot in. Gets to the ball quickly before Moist have time to recover, and they're within 1. Yeah, if Moist could hold on to this lead. History in terms of this series so far is saying no. But again, coming off the timeout, they have been much more successful on the offensive stretch. They need to kind of rely on that a little bit more. K-Corp is going to throw everything they got at them.
Statistically, at least in RLCS 21, is Exotic's looking for the tying goal here. Got a flip reset, but couldn't put it back down to Tachi with some space. Takes it to the sky. And underneath, flip reset on that one as well. Joyle to drop it to Rise in the midfield. Vatira trying to pick up control and then stalls the ball in the air. Okay, look at a block. Astral doesn't put a shot on target, and he'll put it back to midfield here. Exotic now extending it back into the Moist territory. But statistically, in RLCS 21-22, the team that called the timeout won, I think, just under 60% of the time, which maybe doesn't sound high, but that is pretty high, especially for a team that is losing. We'll see if they're able to keep that stat going. Rise looks for the flick. Exotic handles it no problem. Itachi, though, we have not seen many just flat-out whiffs or mistakes from Itachi. That one there. In a little bit of space, but doesn't look like they'll get punished for it just yet. Karmine Corp trying to find that tying goal as Rise and Astral on the other side look to extend the lead. Rise barely not able to put it under the crossbar.
Joyelle slowing things down, forces Exotic to flip. But Astral off the sidewall looking for the double. Exotic will play it back into middle, and Material try to take it up the wall. Goes off the ceiling. Uses his flip to get a shot on, but Astral with the block out. Here comes a counterattack. Astral gets the mid boost, but gets demoed. So he'll be out the play. And Exotic will completely carry this ball all the way back to mid himself. Vatira will pick it up, and Casey look to start again. Not too much controlled possession, but a great read there for Vatira. Sends it across. Exotic's there. Itachi's up on this, and just clean beat by Astral. Moist able to escape that potential play, and a must-be is here. Oh no, it's blocked out. Itachi will take this into the corner and just kind of slow things down for the time being.
They did shoot straight at him. Just jumps up, makes the easy block. If Moist want to have a stronger lead, they're going to have to work a little bit harder than that. As Astral comes in now, passing across the field is way above his teammate Joyle. Joyle's going to have to work a lot just to get this one back into a playable position. Tachi now on the outside. Astral takes it high, pinches it off the ceiling, gets it past one. Vatira's got space.
Moist has done a great job of just being able to deny K-Corp too many offensive presses. Vatira himself has 5 shots. Exotic and Itachi both have 1 apiece. This has been a definitely different look for KC, but I think that's just from how Moist are taking their approach. They've kind of really buckled down on defense. At least Astral has. He's the only one with stays. He has 4 this game. And Joyo, his 4 comes from the shot department. A little bit more spread out in terms of rotation too, and I think that's helped out a lot for Moist, especially what the decision is when they do have the ball, is playing it into spots where they force K-Corp to not necessarily be too comfortable. That one was a little uncomfortable, but Joyo able to knock with the danger.
Touch into the corner, final 20 of regulation. K-Corp trailing late in this game. We've gone to overtime 2 of the 2 games so far. Vatira with a tying goal could send us there for a 3rd one. Exotic back into the box. Vatira flipping into the corner in the final 5. Itachi keeps it low. And now just off the ground as time expires. Rise puts it high. And Exotic to the back wall. Joyle trying to reach for this. Doesn't really find much. Astral going to get it past the front line shooter. Itachi going to try and keep this one up. Exotic now on the outside. No, but it'll be killed. Moist Esports able to bounce back finally. The timeout doing wonders. And they'll make it 2-1 of the series.
This is a very good bounce back from Moist. I mean, for this entire game, it really did feel like, okay, they've gotten things kind of together, and figured out. Even with K-Corp on some of the presses, like I said, it wasn't consistent pressure of Vatira shots. I'd probably say 2 out of the 5 really looked super threatening. And that kickoff goal really coming in as some early insurance. And then a 3-person play for Moist. I mean, yeah, you love to be able to see them get that level of success from K-Corp. And even though Exotic shot 100%, he only shot once. So you need a little bit more in the shooting department from K-Corp on that game. They still are in the lead of the series, though.
The shot was good as well. I mean, had he placed it any slower, I think the speed is the key characteristic of that shot that made it good. You saw Rise on the goal line. I remember looking up. He did have 30 boost on him. So a shot placed in front of him or slower behind him would have been more blockable. So Exotic did find the one winning recipe, the one thing that was important to make sure it got past Rise on that goal. But still not going to turn into a win for him. So Moist starting to build the comeback here after dropping the first 2 games. 2 overtime losses as well. They win 1 in regulation. It's got to help stabilize the momentum in the series.
You got to build upon it. K-Corp has just been, I feel like, so overall solid that the only time we've really seen weakness from them this series is just kind of in the lacking of the shooting department there. Even defensively, they allowed 2 goals, 1 off the kickoff, which is just a fortunate kickoff. Well, just poor kickoff planning there for K-Corp. But besides that, I mean, if they don't allow that, that game's still going on. It'd be in overtime right now. That's how good that defense was and how much they were able to kind of stop Moist. Moist had just a really solid 3-man passing play to kind of break things down. And on the other side of things, offensively, you can almost kind of tell the same story. Even with K-Corp, they had to kind of spin the house on some of their offensive plays. These teams are demanding the world from each other in their head-to-head matchups. It's lovely to see.
It felt to me like there was a bit of game 3 wasn't passive, but it did feel more neutral. It felt both teams kind of just playing standard rotation and trading like 51-49% on who's winning the challenges. And it just turned into, oh my goodness, this gets slotted for goal 1.
Itachi goes up on this, jumps off the back wall, gets the following touch, and it's slow enough to where Rise just does not have the read. Itachi, okay, we see you doing it all there for KC on that play.
Yeah, tired of the quiet games there. I want to go back and look at it again. It looked like he almost got a wheel onto Rise and pushed him back into the net. Dismounting the enemy backboard to find a dish like that. So, incredible play as Itachi makes his presence known again. I was saying the game 3 felt much more quiet. We'll see if that continues here. It mainly has to do with just how even that midfield is, though. When neither team can really get a consistent midfield presence going, it's really hard to get that kind of established, like this team's on offense, this other team's on defense system going, where you can see these plays develop. It just becomes kind of, not ping pong, but just playing rock, paper, scissors in the midfield until eventually something kind of squirts in. And now another one, Vatira off the backboard. Karmine Corp looking amazing.
Vatira sharp as a knife. Look at him cut through Moist. He slices through with the double. My God, Vatigo.
Incredible. Rise's touch to the side isn't horrible. It's fine. Usually he's going to be able to get there, and usually if Vatira is going that fast at it, he's not going to have control on the other side, except for when he does, and he will make you pay for it again. 2-0 now, the lead for Karmine Corp. They're looking for match point. Rise, doesn't make contact. Joyo and Astral will have to work alone. Joyo takes to the sky, slows this down. He'll get it past Exotic, but it's because Exotic doesn't care if the ball goes that way. Now Vatira. What a pinch. Exotic now. Into the sky. Flip reset. Use it to get back. Wins a challenge, more or less. Back into the box once more. Looking for goal number 3. Itachi runs into 2 players. Now Exotic just wide. Needs some help. Can't make it happen. So close to goal number 3.
Would have been big there for Exotic. They would have been able to just, I would have said the way this series has gone, a 3-goal lead kind of almost submits the game.
Yeah.
The way, like I said, these guys have been playing a strong defensive game wave. I can see it.
We haven't seen did it go 3-2 in game 2? I think it might have. I think we maybe have seen a team score 3 goals, but still, that was with 4 minutes of overtime. Other than that, incredibly low scoring series so far. A 3-goal lead would be damning.
Let's see if Moist can kind of bring themselves back into this one. This is not an ideal situation. I'm down to a minute 30. They need 2 powerhouse drives. K-Corp has kept that ball in their own end for most of the game, and Astral trying to get through them right now. But look, they're all set in net. Vatira just taking his time, has Itachi, and Exotic sitting far post. Joyo, though, tried to get that light touch up, and not really the best one there. It's been really tough for Joyo to kind of get involved here in this series. And if he comes alive, maybe that could be the difference maker, as Astral will go up once more. Try to play this pass. Vatira does get it through. Joyo play out, and Rise was close, but not close enough. A minute remaining, and Moist can't find a goal.
I'd have to see it again from his POV. From the other side of the field, the depth perception could be deceiving there, but it really did look like Joyo just missed a completely free net. Close to the post, not an easy shot to hit for sure, but this is Joyo we're talking about. With 38 seconds left, they need that goal. They cannot afford to lose free ones. This pinch going to go very much in their favor, but Itachi will send it to the corner. We're awaiting Vadi. Try to pick it up. Runs into a challenge. 30 seconds remaining. And Moist is going to give them no space. Exotic stalled in the midfield. Vatira, though, with space, will keep it high. Keep that ball glued to the ceiling. The winning recipe for Karmine Corp. The more time it spends high in the sky, the less time they will have. And it doesn't matter on the other side, out of the corner. Again, 3 surprise goals for Karmine Corp as they're going to knock this one up.
Look at this. Itachi, great read, great angle. Ball goes straight to him, and he puts it straight into the back of the net. So many great shooting opportunities from Itachi. It's almost like he can't miss. 10 seconds left, and if it wasn't done, it still might be some time here. We'd have to see incredible kickoffs here from Moist, but they do get one with 7 seconds left.
The problem is this is the kickoff goal, right? Surely they don't get a second one. You get 1 kickoff goal at the end of time to like help you tie it up. So this is gonna be. We'll see. We'll see what happens with the kickoff here. They don't go for a fake. Not really set up for a fake. 5 seconds. They need to score on this touch. And that will do it there, folks. It was a good attempt there at the end from Moist, but what are you gonna do when Karmine Corp is scoring every touch out of the corner? Incredible play as they earn match point.
I mean, you have Vatira throwing insane double taps. You have Itachi jumping off your backboard, putting it into your top left corner. And it's not like they're not putting a hand up. The defense is there. You see Itachi get past 2 right there on that play. And then Vatira, Astral, hand up. But still, you're like, how do you stop someone who's just a monster like that? Vatira giving Moist nightmares. K-Corp seem to have the edge in this matchup wave. They're looking to close it out. And the way things are going, even after that initial timeout, Moist still couldn't replicate it in the next game. Backs against the wall. It's not looking good for Moist here.
I mean, I felt surprised by every goal Karmine Corp scored. Every single time the ball's in the net, I'm like, wait, that was the touch that put that into that? I was fully expecting that player to make a setup for a player to try and make a goal, but no, the first player that was making contact was also taking the shot on net. Such difficult placement every time. But you see Karmine Corp taking this match very seriously, despite playing their best game of the series so far. Right back into mid-match adjustments and getting prepared here to try and close this out in Game 5.
This has been very tough for Moist, but the way it's been for K-Corp, as you see, that man on the kickoff in blue, Vatira, has just been a thorn in their side along with Itachi. They've been able to do just quality work, and it's not like it's just a one-man show, though, for KC. Everybody has been involved, including Exotic in the shooting department. Moist, not necessarily the same story. It was uncomfortable for Astral in the start. Joyo, we haven't really seen too much of. And it's that just having players just not necessarily be on their form against a KC that is very comfortable with playing around you. It's going to be tough here, but series not over yet.
They do got to win 3 straight at this point. For Moist Esports, seen how the clutch factor, huge part of their story last season. See if they're able to start replicating that same success here. Astral with the car change for Game 5, pulling out the Fennec. Rise also in kind of the decal swap to Stocktain. And Vatira gonna find a hole in the net despite the presence of all the defenders.
Astral goes up, gets that misread, and Vatira looking for that right side. Angles his car really well on that shot. Moist struggling to get to that one. They just all thought he was gonna send it maybe to the left side of the net or towards that middle area. Got caught off guard there, and Vatira will pick up the first one. Karmine Corp starting off again, continuing with their upward momentum.
Oh, here comes Vatari? My brain is still waking up today,
no,
chat. Vatira.
I'm there with you.
Oh, here comes Itachi on the other side, and Joyo will cover it up on the goal. Exotic with a lot of space here, just fires on net. Astral makes a stop, but it's not good enough. Exotic putting Karmine Corp up by 2. And the game's starting to feel over.
Yeah, look at this. Exotic shot in. Astral. Again, tough look on the save. Karmine Corp just look on a different level. The way this series has gone, they've come out, they've set a tone, and they've played up to that. And they are demanding Moist play up to that. If not, they don't get to play. As it's just been all KC all the time.
Battle of the Blue, looking more and more like a wall right now. Exotic on the wall. Joyo will take it away. Or to Pogo this one. He flipped at the last second to basically pinch with the ground. Incredible control from Joyo, but defended pretty easily, despite the creativity. And now in front of the box, Exotic's there. He's got Rise dead to rights, but Rise manages to tackle and get the ball back out to Astral. Now Rise gonna close in this corner with Joyo as Joyo will win the challenge. Rise will now be up and aggressive with him. Through 1, Itachi off the backboard, lots of space. Astral's up forward, covered by 2. We'll get it over the top of him. Now Astral rotating back as Itachi tries to take a shot. Exotic in the corner. And I mean, I almost feel like Karmine Corp is already starting to just burn time off the clock despite being at halftime.
It does feel like that. The way this one has been played around, like I said, it feels just really rough on the end of Moist right now. Only 1 shot this game. They're getting demoed. They're getting bullied around. K-Corp just have the control. They have that possession, and instead of, well, I won't say instead of creasing the scoreline, because the defense has been there for Moist. At this point, it's up to Moist to kind of change the narrative. They have a minute 52 to do it.
It's entirely on Moist at this point. It is Karmine Corp's game to lose. Joy out of the corner, wants to go for it, but no boost. He's having to rotate back with just flips and dashes. Astral playing defensively, puts it to the corner, just tries to stall out Karmine Corp's offense for a little bit longer. Final to win a challenge here, but Vatira's got some space and takes it to the sky. Rise covers him up, and now Astral putting some pressure on. Exotic's up for it and deflects it away. The backboard defense has been, I want to say, perfect from Karmine Corp. I don't think they've made a miss. I think they've always been present, and denying that huge tool from a team as flashy as Moist has stalled out their momentum and their ability to get up to pace in this match so severely. I'm not gonna say it's the reason they're losing, but it definitely hasn't helped.
Yeah, well, again, you expect like high-powered offense coming out from Moist. For them to not be able to have that comfortability and that, honestly, the way that they play upfield, some of their offensive plays feel like they haven't been coming together. You see that double come in the corner. That's going to slow things down. Itachi just going to take his time because he knows where he's at. He says, come on. This is our game. And when they're trying to close out this series, they are not going to give up anything so easily and play at Moist speed. They've been playing at their own speed all game long, all series long. It's worked out as Itachi. Looking for one more highlight play. Won't be able to get that one.
That was 2 post hits from Itachi in a row on crazy shots. The fact that he even got that close at all is nuts. As they put it back across the box, Joyo will put it high, but final 10. Moist has to score on the next touch, and they're not even going to do that. It's going to be the opposite. Game over, series over, 6 seconds left, it doesn't matter. Vatira puts the nail in the coffin.
Oh boy, that's so fitting. Vatira calls game against Moist with 6 seconds left. They showed up and they showed out. Very dominant performance here from Karmine Corp. They take this series in 5. Wow.
What a game. What a series indeed in Karmine Corp. The Battle of the Blue is theirs. The rivalry back and forth